Hi, in this video, we will learn more about arrays in C++. Let us take the following example. I will create an array of type integer. The size of the array is 10. Last time we learned like this to create an array, but later we have to give some values to this array. There is an easier way in C++ to give the values. For example, I can give the following values to the array directly in the declaration of the array. So I need to give 10 values to this array. So now we have, as you see, 10 values. And now I want to compute the sum of these values. I need to initialize the sum to 0. So I create a variable of type integer. The name is sum and the initial value is 0. Then I make a loop that goes over all the array. Int I equals to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. So I will goes from 0 to 9, the indices of the array. And then every time sum is equals to sum plus array of I. So every time I add the new elements of the array to the sum. At the end of this loop, I can just print sum. Cout the sum is, and then I print the variable sum end line. So I'm expecting to get the sum of the values of the array. As you see, it's 39, the sum of the array. If I want to compute the average, I define a new variable, double average, and the value of the average should equals to the sum of the values divided by 10.0. So I make 10.0 that we get the decimal point. And then now we need to print cout the average is, and then I print average. End line. So now we are expecting to get the average. I think it will be 3.9 because it's 39 divided by 10. So in this example, we learn a new way to initialize the array and give it values. And also we learn how to compute the sum using for loop, and also how to compute the average. Let us study another example. I want to create an array to ask the user to enter the values of the array and to try to compute the maximum value of this array. Let us define an array. So I will define array of integer, the size is 7, let's say. Now we don't have initial values for this array yet, so we will create a loop to ask the user to enter the values. Again, the traditional loop, int I equals to 0, I less than size of the array 7, I plus plus, and then inside this loop I ask the user to cin every value in the array of I. So the first loop, it will ask the user to enter array of 0, then array of 1, then array of 2, and so on. So after this loop, I have all the values entered from the user, and then I need to find the maximum. So let me define the maximum. Let us assume the maximum is the first element. We start like this, and then we make a loop to find the maximum. So again, the same loop, int I equals to 0, I less than 7, I plus plus, and then inside the for loop, what should I do? How I can know which number is the maximum? I can know using if statement. If the current elements in the array is greater than maximum, then it deserves to be the maximum. Then I will update the maximum to be the current value in the array. So I go through all the values in the array. I take them one by one. Every time I compare the first value with the maximum. If it's more, then I will record this value as maximum. And then I go to the second value. If it's more than maximum, then I make the maximum as this value, and so on. So I will keep updating the maximum with the largest value that I saw so far. At the end of the loop, I will get the maximum value, so I just print this maximum value. The maximum value is, and then I will print maximum end line. So let us run this code. First, it will ask me to enter 10 values. So let me write 7 values, sorry. So I enter 7 values, and it wrote me that the maximum was 73, as you see in this example. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you again in the next video.